Today we're going to be working on the Legion of Everblight Shepherd. So I went ahead and did some prep work here. Obviously she's already assembled, and I primed her black and then sprayed from the top with the airbrush with some white, and sort of also focused on the front here so that we're still fading from top to bottom here, and still relatively dark on the back, so we're fading from front to back too. So we want the skin to be sort of a bluish, pallor, a little more purpley than the Carnivian that we did last time. They are still, I suppose, living humans or humanoid, so they get a little more of a red tinge to them, at least from the standard paint scheme. So what we're going to do for the skin is, first we're going to do a thin wash of Leviathan purple mixed with skull white, and equal parts of those, and then equal part water to paint. So technically 2 parts water, 1 part Leviathan purple, 1 part skull white. And we're just going to do a real thin layer over all of the skin first. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. And we're going to try not to get it on any of the stuff around it, but if we do a little bit, it's not a big deal. Okay. And see this hand real quick. I can't quite tell if it's a glove or not. Looks like part of it is. Looks like there is a glove portion that's over the back here. I don't know if you can see that line, but there we go. It's a little easier to see. So the portion that is not covered up by my brush right now is a glove, and these parts out here are skin. So let's try and do this. Sort of having to hold my brush at an awkward angle to get around the camera here. Okay. Okay, let's get that other hand on the staff there. One more coat on the face here. And all the rest of the skin. So now we essentially have 2 coats of our Leviathan purple and skull white wash on all of the fleshy surfaces of the model. I think that's all of them. I don't think there are any others other than the chest, the midriff, the face, and the hands. I don't see any others there. So, okay, we are going to go ahead and let that dry for a second, and we're going to start doing some highlights. Okay, so for the next step, we've mixed up some Azurman blue wash and skull white. So we're going a little more blue for the highlights here. We wanted to have sort of a reddish base, and then we're gonna go sort of fade up to a very, very, very light blue. We don't want hardly any Azurman blue in this. It's almost all skull white and water, so just a tiny, tiny tinge of blue. It's very powerful color-wise, so we only want just a little bit. So then let's go ahead here. We're going to hit the cheeks and the chin. I think I may have this a little too opaque even, so I need to water this down some. And I will admit, this is a little tricky getting in here inside this hood. I may have gotten a little too much white there on the face, but we will fix that in just a minute. Let's go ahead and get the nose. Okay. And then the top of the chest. Alright. And always remember to pull from where you don't want color to where you do want color. Okay. There we go. Very simple highlights so far. Okay, so let's get the hands here. Let's get the tops of the fingers. Try to avoid getting any down in between the fingers because we want those dark recesses to stay. Okay, nothing too fancy there. Alright, so let's try and fix some of this opacity issue here with the that white. So we're just going back to some of the Leviathan purple that we mixed up before, and we're going to just try and touch in here and try and sort of soften this white up just a little bit up near the edges there. Okay, so that looks a lot better there. And we're going to grab and pull down to create a shadow again. So there we go. That's looking a lot better. And try and soften that up a little. Okay. Okay. We have a strange little black line there. I'm not sure where that came from, but we will handle that in just a minute. Okay, so now we've got the skin. We always start with the thing that is at the lowest layer. Actually, let's do a second highlight there. Let's get a little more blue in there, and we'll do one more highlight. We'll just hit just the highest point. So just, we did the whole nose last time, just the tip of the nose. And we did a large part of the cheek last time. Let's just do part of the cheek. Okay, so got that portion. Okay. Still trying to avoid getting anything in between the fingers there. Okay. There we go. Now you can start to see sort of a slightly blue tinge there. Alright, I'm seeing a little hard line there. I don't really like that. So let's see if we can fix that. There we go. Okay, so very easy. We've essentially just put down white and Leviathan purple, and then we've just highlighted the areas and given it a little bit of a blue tinge, just for some variety. And let's keep with that blue theme. We're just going to take just a little bit of just the Azurman blue. I'm going to water it down a little bit here, and I want to get her lips with it, just to give them a little bit of a separate color from the rest of her face. And maybe just a little bit around the eyes too. We'll have to go back in with the detail brush and maybe get the eyebrows, but let's just get the main bits first here. So okay. All right. Got that, and I'm going to switch over to a much pointier brush for the rest of the face here, just so that we can just hit the parts that we want and nothing else. Even with my extra pointy brush, I'm still having trouble hitting only what I want here. There we go. Alright. Let's just load the brush up here. See if we can get even just a little bit to eke off the brush. Have to water it down even more. There we go. It's more of what we want, but that may have been a little too uncontrolled. Okay, well, I got the color that I wanted in there, but I think what we're probably going to have to do is wait until that dries and then come back in with some of the Leviathan purple and white again and sort of trim up the edges. So let me go ahead and get that dry, and I'm going to come back in and try and cut in the edges, and I'll show you what I got.